Yes, so we are live. We want to talk about immigration, what's going on, the latest immigration news. Say hi in the comment if you're here, because we are going to be talking about the latest news in immigration, what's going on with this majority in the House Democrats. You know, they won Georgia last night. The Georgia seat is secured by the Democrats. So we're going to be talking about the latest immigration news, what's going to happen, well, what we think might happen. That's exactly what we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about what's good. Yes, you're here. Say hi in the comment. I can see some people, and I'm going to answer some questions here too. I saw a lot of people, a couple of people, not a lot, but some people ask some question. So I'm looking on my screen here on my Facebook page so I can answer some questions here. Yes, I can see myself here. So if you're here, say hi. Hello, Aluwasum, Karen. Hello, Grace Dime. Hello, how are you? Are you doing all right? So what's going on with U.S. immigration? That's the topic. Then we're going to answer some questions. If you have a question, please put it in the comments so we can answer it for you, okay? So the first news here we're going to share with you is about TPS, okay? TPS for Haiti. Secretary Mayorkas extends and redesignates temporary protected status for Haiti for 18 months. That's a great news because a lot of people, hi Bless, how are you? Hi Joreen Cuisine, how are you? Thanks for joining us. We're talking about the latest immigration news. We're gonna take some questions and hopefully answer them. So we were talking about Haiti, okay? So we have a new TPS designation, not new, but actually extending Haiti TPS and then redesignating Haiti TPS. It means that people who are currently holding TPS status can apply when it gets published, right? In the Federal Register notice, they can apply. And then new applicant too can apply if the person has been here in the US as of November 6, 2022. That Haiti person, that person coming from Haiti can apply. Or if Haiti was your last country of residency, you can apply too if you have been here, right, since November 6, 2022. That's for new applicants. Old applicant, they can just reapply basically once this rule gets published, okay? So that's good for TPS. So what's going on Capitol Hill? I'm just looking on my computer. That's why I'm just like back and forth. What's going on Capitol Hill is this, right? This is the week where we have to take action for Dreamer. It's a week of Dreamer action. DACA recipient, Dreamers, there's this bipartisan bill. They're trying to push it for the DAMLOC in the Senate so that by the end of this year they can pass it through. But you know, there's always opposition. We don't know how it's going to turn out, but you can support by calling your, I'm going to put it on my community so people will know how to support, because this is the week really from, it started on December 5th until December 9th. That's the week of action for DACA recipient or Dreamer. So you can actually do it, call your members of Congress, tweet at your member of Congress, send a letter at your member of Congress. You can do all of this one. Yeah, I'm going to put it on my group so you can try to take action. Yeah, we are doing it, all of us are doing it, so you can do it too, just support. Then we have the hello Francis, Pedro, hello Carmel. Can I apply for U visa and my spouse file for I-130 at the same time? Well, it's Ronald Gajad, those are two different petitions, right? If you qualify for I-130, yes, your wife can petition for you. If you qualify for U visa, then you can petition for U visa yourself. So those are two separate things. Can you apply at the same time? The answer is yes, if you qualify for both. So yeah, that's what's going on. So, and then we have something else going on is that, well, since the Democrat, they secure Georgia, so we're hoping that they can do something, right? This is what it means when it comes to majority House Democrat. It means what exactly it means, because we have to know, right? Well, the first thing is the Democrat will hold majorities in each committees, allowing them to process legislation and nominations much faster. And we hope they do that, right? Second thing it means for them to have that House Democrats as a majority, it means that Democrats will have stronger power to issue subpoenas. While the centrist Democrats may not hold as much power over Democrat agenda, filling a Supreme Court vacancy could be easier. Vice President Harris might not be needed as often on the Capitol Hill because now the Democrat has 51. But you know, in order to pass something, you have to have 60 votes in the Senate, right? Unless we go to what we were trying to go to last year, which didn't work out. But if it works this time around with 51, they can just force it through. So the question becomes, are they going to do that? Who knows with those people, right? We don't know. We hope they do something. Probably not this year, because this year they're focusing on dreamers. Probably next year they come up with a good agenda, and we are going to be monitoring all their moves, because we know that now they have the majority in the Senate. Well, there's no more excuse, right? So that's what we hope. What else? My case says no future hearing on this case, and the case was docketed since January 21. What case? What case are you talking about? Grace Dime. Do you have asylum pending? If you have asylum pending in court and it says that the case has been docketed, it just means administrative closure. It means that they close the case, they put it on hold. Oh yeah, so they put the case on hold because maybe you're no priority, you like low priority, like you don't have any criminal record or anything, so they just put it on the docket, like it just stays there until you're gonna go and reopen it. So basically until you find something else, right? Let's say you have a child that's gonna turn 21. Once your child turn 21, you can go back and reopen your case and put it on an active docket. So was docketed just means that it's being closed, administratively closed, like they put a pause on it. They're not going to do anything until something comes up. So in other words, if you have something else, let's say, for example, if you're not married, let's say you get married to a US citizen, you can go back to them and say, please put my case on the active docket so that I can adjust status. Let's say you have a child who turns 21. Then you can go back to them and say, put my case on an active docket so that I can adjust status. But what it means is simply that it's just there until something comes up. So in other words, administrative close. It's administrative closure. So any more questions? Let's see if you guys have, yeah, any more questions? Got questions. I just want to see if some other people have questions. Okay, so I want to answer one more question about TPS holders, okay? Because there's this confusion about TPS holders who want to adjust status. Oh, hold on. This one is saying category F4 2011, we're still waiting. What we need to do? Just wait until the visa becomes current. Yeah, there's nothing you can do with those category. It's like those category takes forever. Really, there's nothing you can do until your visa becomes current. You're welcome, Grace. Bijoux, I sent you email because I need a consultation. Never responded. Come on, Miche. Where did you send me an email? Yeah, where did you send me an email? Because I don't see any email. I respond to every email. Consultation fees apply. I respond to every email. As a matter of fact, if you go to any of my videos description box, you can just click on the consultation link and just schedule it yourself. So every email somebody sent me, I reply to it. Yeah, consultation fees apply. Maybe I reply to you, I send you the link for consultation. You're the one who never responded. If you send me an email, just know that I'm going to ask you to pay for consultation. So that's exactly what I do. I don't see any of your emails asking for consultations. I don't see it. So, just trying to hear your sweet. Bless, thank you for coming. And news on immigration reform, Juliet O'Carey. Well, the only news we have right now is about dreamers, you know, DACA recipients and those younger people who came to the US either legally or illegally and lost status later on. Those are the people they're focusing on this December. There's a bipartisan thing going on. Hopefully they want to push it to the dumb lock. So basically in the last minute in Senate, and hopefully it works. That's the only news we have. And then we have the military. They got like their bill got passed in the House. That's really just for military families, not just anybody. Again, it passes in the House. We just have to wait. Again, TPS is approved and one I-40 pending. What can one do? Well, just wait for I-485 to be processed, right? So I-485, based on what? Based on marriage, it takes at least 2 years. Attention, Ayuka. Based on marriage, it takes at least 2 years. Do you think there will be any hope? Well, this year, no, but next year, probably, because, you know, now that Georgia has been secured by the Democrats, so they have 51 votes in the Senate, so they are considered majority, they have more power to push through things, right? So if we come to another budget reconciliation and they want to include an immigration bill in it, now they can do it. They can't come up with some excuses anymore like the last year. So now they can do it now because they have at least the majority. But if they go through a normal process, remember they need 60 votes in the Senate, which they still don't have. They have to get it from Republicans. So that's why we're waiting. Let's see next year something happen. Yeah, you have a U.S. child. If you have a U.S. child that turned 21, they can petition for you. So now, depending on how you came here, if you came with a visa, which is good, they can petition for you. If you have an order of deportation, then you can go, once the I-130 is approved, then you can go back to court, try to reopen the case and terminate removal so you can adjust status, you know. That's possible. It just depends on what type of visa you got here with, and then what type of other inadmissibility issues you might have. But yes, a U.S. citizen child, once they turn 21, they can petition for you. So that's the short answer of that. Does the matter of SOGFBD solve the 90 days deadline? No, I don't think it solves that problems. What I think it might do is persuade ICE to join motion to reopen and terminate proceedings. Because remember that matter of OGFDB, basically, it's for people who has case pending, right? So if the case is pending and you want them to terminate, so you can adjust with USCIS, then you can cite that matter that was overturned, right? So, but if the case has been closed, no, you have to join motion with ICE. But now, what I think is it's gonna help convince them more. You know what I mean? Because once your case has been closed, or you've been ordered to remove and you never left, it's kind of hard to convince ICE to reopen the case and terminate proceedings. But you can use that case to persuade ICE to join your motion to reopen and terminate proceedings. That's what I'm saying. So, Makana Traore, did you get it? Say yes. If you get the answer, please say yes in the comment. Makana Traore. Based on approved I-130, marriage to a U.S. citizen. And yes, well, marriage to a U.S. citizen, you just have to wait. The green card takes at least 2 years. That's the minimum I've seen so far. So just wait. If you feel like it has been a long time, you call them or you file that inquiry online for past processing time. So, oh, thanks. You're welcome, Traore. Hi, love your sweater. Do you know the turnaround time for refugee travel application? Oh, turnaround. Well, this travel document is taking now 14 months. Like, it's taking as longer as, like, yeah, it's taking sometimes now. Like, it can take up to 14 months. That's what I've seen so far. 14 months. But if you have something major, like if you qualify for expedited request, you can always ask, you know, and see if it's gonna happen. If they're gonna, in other words, if they're gonna approve your expedited request, then you can do it. Yes, if it's urgent, like you qualify under expedited request, just go to uscis.gov and Google expedited request and look at the requirements. If you see that you qualify, you can call them and say, yeah, I qualify for expedited request based on this, that. If they need, because it's for a funeral. Yeah, you call them because a funeral qualifies. Is it a qualified relative, like a parent, a child, spouse? If it's really a qualified member, relative, it's gonna work most of the time, at least. I cannot guarantee any result, but most of the time it's gonna work. You just call them really that, can you expedite my case because I have to attend funeral for a qualified relative. This is proof. So if it works, then they can expedite your request. So Karma or Misha say, receive my approval. I-130 says approved. Then you should call them. Say that I-130 is approved. What are you guys waiting for I-485? Call them and find out. Yes, if it's Adeola Shonubi, yes, try calling them and ask for expedited requests. Sometimes you really get nice people on the phone, and especially in this holiday season, you can get really something and they actually do it. Like we got a work permit process in 7 days, right? Sometimes we get work permit process in 90 days, 30 days, 45 days, 15 months, 14 months, a year. But this one, we got it in 7 days. Like you can really count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So Adeola, you might be lucky. Try to call them. Married to a U.S. citizen, how long it takes to get a work permit? Married to a U.S. citizen, how long it takes to get a work permit? 12 months. That's really, this one I'm telling you based on experience. All my work permit that have applied for marriage, based on marriage, it took them 12 months, winter. Sometimes I might get lucky, but really based on my experience, it took 12 months. Like you can count a full year. The problem is the approval set. The approval set what? So we're trying to wait for you to finish your question, Carmel Michi. Yes. When you're still writing your question, I wanted to talk about TPS holders, okay? The reason I'm talking about TPS holders and adjustment of status is because there is a lot of confusion going on. You know, we have TPS holders who initially came with a visa, okay? Then later on, the TPS came about, they applied for TPS and TPS get granted. But somehow in between, maybe they previously filed for asylum got denied, they have order of removal. The question was, can they benefit from the settlement? Remember that we have a settlement that some TPS holder went to court and came out with a settlement where USCIS has to actually, like ICE has to join motion so they can terminate the removal proceedings and the child status based on marriage or child turning 21. So the question became, well, I didn't travel outside of the country. Can I still benefit from the settlement? The answer is, well, you don't need that settlement if you came with a visa, right? Because that settlement really was to cure unlawful entry. That was the main purpose of it. Now that they have a settlement, on your side, the only thing you need to do is to join motion with ICE and tell them that you didn't need to travel outside because you actually enter with a visa, but you still want the removal to be terminated because you have an order of removal, very old. Terminate. Can you please terminate this removal proceedings so that I can adjust status now that I'm eligible under marriage or my U.S. child turned 21? So that's my answer. You can use that settlement to convince them. If you're not part of it, as far as you never travel outside, but you came here with a visa, you can use that settlement to convince ICE to join motion. So that settlement does not prevent anybody else that came initially with a visa. So I'm talking about TPS holder because a lot of confusion about whether they can adjust status or not if they qualify under marriage or U.S. citizen turning 21. So I had to clear this thing up and finally make sure that so they can adjust status under, joining motion to reopen, terminate proceedings. If they have order of removal, then adjust status. Binta, thank you. So Carmel Misha, what are you saying about the problem is, okay, to adjust status or file if I want. If I want to adjust status or file, if I want to. Well, the question is, first of all, Carmel, it looks like you have several issues, right? So the first question is, how did you came to the US? Do you have did you enter with a visa? If you didn't enter with a visa, you cannot adjust status under that marriage, but you can adjust status if your U visa get approved. Because unlawful entry, you cannot adjust status unless you have an exception under 245I. 864 is only, 864 is basically for sponsorship. 824 is if you want to adjust outside, but why would you adjust outside if you have married a U.S. citizen? You don't need to go outside. Carmel Miche, you need to schedule a consultation. Okay, let me see if we can send you a link for consultation. Yeah, Carmel Miche, can you please give me your email? Can you write your email here? I can send you a link for consultation. So you can schedule a consultation. We can go through all your issues. Because you're the one who claimed that you never, yeah, send the email. Just be aware I charge for consultation, but send the email. I can send you a consultation link so you can, when you're ready, you can schedule a consultation, because it looks like you have several issues going on. We just have to go for issue by issue, and right here we're just giving you like general answers, not too specific. Well, it's not really going to help you. So yeah, 824 just means that you have to go outside. But why would you go outside if you came with a visa and you marry a U.S. citizen? You don't have to go outside. Why are they asking that? That's the good question. So that's why you need to schedule a consultation so I can read your paperwork and see what's going on. Don't make sense. If you came with a visa, then you marry a U.S. citizen, why would you go outside? Just give me your email, or go to any of my other how do you call it? Any of my other video clip, you see the consultation link. On my banner, you see the consultation link. Yeah, so I can send you pretty much a consultation link. So let's see if I can send it from my computer. Let's see if I can send it from my computer. Just give me one moment. Yeah, because it don't make sense. Whatever you're telling me don't make sense. I have to just go through it and see what's going on. Because if somebody comes with a valid visa, like B1, B2, and marry U.S. citizen, they don't have to do consular processing. So the moment they ask you to do consular processing, looks like something is wrong with your case, you see. So let me see if I can get you a link, consultation link, send it to you. Yeah, Caramel Miche, I just put a consultation link here. Just go click on it and schedule a consultation. Any more questions? If there's no more questions, I want to wrap up with this, right? Processing times. If your case is outside of processing times, the first thing you do is you file an inquiry online. Okay, you file an inquiry online to request as to why it's past processing time. So USCIS.gov has all those tools. If you don't get a good response after 30 days, you file another one. In the meantime, you can look under expedited request and see if you qualify. If you qualify under expedited request, what you do, you call them and find out if you can apply for expedited request so that they can expedite your case. That's how you deal with processing times. If you're abroad, that's another game. Consular processing, oh, that's a different game. You wait, you can ask for an inquiry too. You send them an email. Most of the time they don't respond. They have generic answer. And sometimes when the case has been waiting for too long, like for marriage type, most people, they just sue the Department of State or the US Embassy, because you can't just be waiting for 5 years, 4 years without a response when it comes to those qualifying relative petitions. But if it's those petitions that take 10 years, 15 years, well, that one, there's nothing you can do. You just wait, right? So that's what I had to say about processing time. And what else is going on? TPS for Haiti, we just have to wait for them to publish the rule in the Federal Register notice, okay? What else? Afghanistan, they pre-approved, and people from Ukraine pre-approved for work permits. At least they can apply later on, right? We have that on USCIS.gov website. What else we have to wait is what else we're waiting for this year to see whether DACA and Dreamers rule will pass. What else we're waiting? Since those people have majority now in the Senate, while we wait for them to do something during budget reconciliation next year. Because remember last year they were just talking about, oh, we can't do it because we don't have majority, we don't do this, we can't. But now that they have the majority, they should do it, right? Then TPS holders, they have to take advantage of the agreement that they have if they qualify for adjustment of status. Okay, Caramel Miche, thank you. You're welcome. Just schedule a consultation. We can go through your case really to figure out why they're asking you what they're asking you, because it don't make sense for you to go out if you came with a visa and you marry a U.S. citizen. So it just don't make sense to me. It doesn't sound right at all. So, and if you schedule a consultation, just try to send me those anything that you have as paper so I can read it in advance of your consultation. So that's it for today, right? Comment below, share, follow me on Instagram, because really we're going so big on Instagram. I think I will come up with some more great news about the petitions that we have filed with approvals, court hearings and stuff like that. Then we'll come up with a plan for 2023. Okay, we're gonna come up with a plan so that we can get you on track for your immigration benefit for 2023. The last week of December, that's what we'll be talking about, a real plan. What type of plan do you have for 2023? So we provide possible solutions and stuff like that. So until next time, bye-bye. Thank you very much for joining.